Full self-driving, baby! Oh yeah! Nope, you can't. There's one auto steer unavailable for the rest of why?
In 500 feet, turn right onto 4th Street. Now turn right onto 4th Street.
It's like it went over to it. Okay, it's kind of difficult to see around this corner. Sometimes they come whipping around this corner. But we should be good. Go ahead. There we go. I didn't do anything. Didn't do anything with my feet. Alright, now we'll get off to the right side of the road. There we go. This is in the morning when there's no other vehicles. It will go into the center of this lane, which I do not like. I think it should be staying on the right side of this.
Now turn left onto East Path Road.
This is still awesome though. Like, incredibly smart. Sorry. My fault. I was trying to look around, wasn't paying attention to the screen as much. So it says we're supposed to get there with 63%. I want it to get over, but I don't see it getting over. Okay, you see somebody here, get over. So I forced it to get over because for some reason it wants to be in that left lane. I don't agree with traveling in the left lane if you're going to be going at the speed limit or below it. I think you should be in the right lane. That's just my personal preference. Does anybody else have their foot like this ready to go and get like cramps in the top of their shin, I guess? Oh, now we want to put on our blinker? We're already in that lane. We should have had our blinker on before we got into this lane, in my own opinion. So we have traffic coming from the other side, crossing over, coming in, and now we're yielding into the lane. So you can see it right up here. Right here, there's traffic coming across. Okay, alright, we should be good. Go, 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 go. I don't know if I should have stopped there, even though it was a yield. Let's see if we're gonna stop. Go ahead, go ahead. Alright, at least you noticed it. You put them in blue. I like it, I like it. See, these people, as they move, Tesla seems to put other vehicles in blue, and then if you really need to be, if they think they might hit you of some sort, it goes to red. Seems like it's a... and I don't know if everybody stopped or if it's just these two vehicles. Oh no, it's the next three vehicles. So if I hit this stalk down 20 times in the travel, it will keep saying touch the wheel because it hasn't felt me actually move the actual wheel. Okay, go. So I still think that's a little aggressive to slow down, because even if you're in your lane and they're already out of that lane, it will slow you down until they're like significantly out. This vehicle is so quiet, you can hear every other vehicle running though, which is kind of cool. It says we're supposed to get there at 4:56 with 65%. When we left, it said 64%, I believe, at a earlier time. Well, let's see. Okay, so it did notice this again. This spot here, it started to go into that bicycle lane. In the morning, on auto steer, it does that all the time. Not on autopilot, on auto steer. Now we have autopilot, and it doesn't seem to do it and get into the lane as far as it used to, but it still wants to get into that lane, and I believe it's because these lanes are not striped well enough. All right, slow down. Okay, I'm not sure why. Now, we're using an excessive amount of brake, in my opinion. I feel like it should have already seen this and reacted a lot sooner. It definitely wants to go faster than I prefer. And maybe that's in my settings, but I'm gonna have to call them and find out how it's not so aggressive. But it's kind of like in certain areas you want it to be a little bit more aggressive, like coming out and crossing over lanes, you want it to be aggressive. Around turns, you don't want it to be. Speeding, we're trying to get to the speed limit in residential areas, you don't want that. So it's kind of, how do you like to drive, or how do I change it to what I want it to be? Alright, it slowed down just for a second there. I could feel it reduce its speed. Notice the human, awesome. At night, it doesn't recognize as much on the sides as it does during the day, which is, I'm guessing because it can't see as much. Stayed pretty good. The vehicle was off to the side of the road. It stayed in its lane. It didn't go over any further to get almost hit by another vehicle or anything, so that was awesome. Alright, people are applying their brakes. We're slowing down a little bit. There's a lot of these railroad tracks down here in Mississippi, and the auto steer will constantly stop you before them, which I'm so glad we have autopilot now, because it doesn't stop on those for the most part. There is, I believe, one that it actually has stopped on it, which I sent that video over to the autopilot team, and hopefully they'll see it not to stop on a railroad track. Because sometimes you go and there's that little gap in between the light and the railroad track, so you can only fit one, maybe two cars if that first car is moved up enough. But I personally rather not be in danger of a train crossing the railroad and be on the opposite side. So if anything does happen, it derails, something crazy, you never know. Somebody accidentally being too close to the track and it just hits you and T-bones you. I'm not all about that. First time I've been here and just been able to hear the vehicles above us. Most time I hear a loud motorcycle running, my old truck running, something besides the actual traffic sound. It's crazy. I'm not really sure what Tesla's going to do with these people here. Alright, we sped up just for a second there to go to a red light. That's the part that I don't think it sees that far ahead. Or maybe it does and it's just not displaying it here. But I wouldn't have sped up to knowing that there's a red light up there. And I'm typically trying to look as far up as possible. Riding on that shoulder there. Crazy that it's not, as you saw right there, I hit it down. First I did a little tap, and then I did the full tap, then I did the full tap again, and it still doesn't do it by the stalk. And that was probably because it was the 20th time that I hit it. Maybe I'll go and review the video and see if I can count them. Notice that vehicle on the side, which is awesome. Now, because I'm not in any hurry, I would stay in this lane even though the traffic is going slower than what the actual speed limit is. I'm okay with going slower, so I would prefer to stay in this lane versus getting over. And I noticed that in some instances it wants to get over even if we are going to be making a right turn within a mile. It will still want to get over to that left lane. I think it likes the left lane more as a dominant than driving in the right lane. And I don't know. Nope. Oh crap, don't do it. I don't want to confirm it, so I'm just going to let it sit. So hopefully it will stay where it's at. On auto steer it says cancel, or put on your, like you put on your turn signal, so it says okay, or you hit the screen and you're canceling. I prefer to cancel them most of the time because I'm also trying to learn the vehicle better. What do you need to get over for? You're gonna be in this lane. There's no reason to get over. Things like that, I'm not sure why it recommends you to get over. There's nobody close behind us. There's nobody close ahead of us. So why would it ask us to get over? Unless it likes to be in that lane. I wonder if it's in my settings that I have it to stay in that left lane. No, I don't want to. No. Good dog. Knowing that we're going to be going in 4.2 miles to get off onto Highway 49, why wouldn't we be in that right lane to be able to get over? Unless there were people in that lane going slower. Because I could see that there was people coming up behind me that are wanting to go faster than I'm going. So I think it's the polite thing to do is to stay over on the right-hand side, going the speed limit. Let me know what you would have done. Would you have stayed in that lane and stayed at the speed limit? Or would you got over like I did? The bus in the middle here, let's see if it sees that. On auto steer, that would have just like slammed on its brakes even that far away. Let's see what happens here.
Now keep right to take Highway 49.
Okay, slow down. It's 40. It was weird that it went from 55 to 65 on the speed. I'm not sure why it's slowing down so much. Go. I'm not sure why it's slowing down so much. Go. It definitely braked a little bit there too much, so I'm going to send that over to them. I don't know why it would. There was nobody in front of us. There was nobody directly to the left of us. Maybe because that other vehicle was in that lane that we were going to be getting in, but they moved over before we got to them. So. I don't need to get over. I'm going 65 miles an hour and I'm perfectly fine on that. No. See, how come it doesn't allow you to cancel it? And why would I get over if... Why would I get over if I'm going the speed limit? First of all, the speed limit, the people in the vehicle ahead of me seem to be going faster than the speed limit. So I guess when you're in the full screen, you can't hit there and hit change. I kind of wish that they wouldn't have this all the way over there and so tiny, somewhere where it's close to hit that, like right next to the battery would be nice, instead of having to reach all the way out there to hit the camera button, because it's right there to send that. It'd be nicer to be able to come right here, you know? Alright, so this situation that we're coming up to, there's a vehicle on the right hand side with some flashing lights. Let's see what it goes to do. It's good. My question is, I wonder if you go to get pulled over while in autopilot, if it will automatically pull you over or not. I think that would be a really cool feature, is if you saw, or if it noticed that there was either law enforcement, fire, or ambulance, that it would pull over automatically for you. Or if it knew the safest place to pull over. See how these people are passing on the right? That's a notification to myself that I'm in the wrong lane. Means other people want to go faster at night. That bothers me. Go up to 65 on its own. So I think at 55 and below, maybe it's 60, but it seems to be 55 and below, we'll have the red lines, and then 65 and above, it can't recognize it as fast. Maybe it's not computing it fast enough, I guess. It's another interesting question. So once this truck passes us, I'm gonna get in the left lane because we're gonna have to, okay, here we go. Upcoming lane change. Okay, yes. Yeah, right after here. within, I would say, 1/6 of a mile. It's not allowing me to. Okay. Like sometimes I don't want to give it too much because it pulls it. All right, put on your blinker. If you're gonna slow down, put on your blinker.
Now turn left onto Highway 13.
No blinker. What happened there? Nope, you can't. That was one takeover right there. And I don't know if I blame that on Tesla because you can't really see the road signs and it kind of looks like you would go off to the way there. I'm actually just going to cross over here and then go with it. So hopefully it'll do everything on its own here and stay in its lane and we'll be hunky-dory. 55. Sorry, the battery died. This is what I'm trying to get. It's some of these turns and ups and downs. For me, I would be going slower, but it's going the speed limit, not what is recommended around some of these turns, in my opinion. Okay, at least it slowed down there. Say 45 around this turn. See, that to me is too fast going around that turn there. Like it does it extremely well, but for me, the feeling of going around a turn that fast, that G-force, I guess I don't like that unless I'm on a roller coaster. If I'm in a vehicle, I feel like I don't want it to do that. And I mean, you never know, there could have been someone just coming around that corner and happened to be in this lane a little bit, and there it goes. Like, I would definitely be going slower in a lot of this area. But we're testing for science. See, that seemed a little bit more reasonable. Still a little fast, but to each is their own. Maybe the majority of people like to go around those and like to do those extremely fast. Whoops. See, I think that's probably like one of those 20 times where you finally hit the stalk down. It forces you to say, hey, touch the steering wheel. I put because that person's so close to my butthole that it's not allowing me to do this. There you go. Check. Auto steer on the go with the rest of why? Well, that sucks. Minutes and I got kicked out. Sucks. So you have 4 times before it will no longer allow you to use it. That is insane. When I want to look at that video and see if I was the one who did it. But we got here at 7:05, 62%, and it said that we were going to get here at 64%, and then we're going to get here at 4:56. So we're 9 minutes off. But let's go ahead and this is a little bit better.